Let me begin with the words of Carl Jung, words that echo louder with every passing decade. Our world has become dehumanized. Man feels himself isolated in the cosmos because he is no longer involved in nature. I quoted this not for poetic nostalgia, but because it speaks a piercing truth about the silent ache many of us carry. This is not just a psychological insight, it's a mirror. And when I first read it, it hit me like a revelation. We have lost our place in the living story of the Earth. We are living in a world that feels increasingly artificial, fragmented and abstract. We dwell in cities lit by digital screens, surrounded by machines that respond instantly, and yet, we feel more distant than ever from the very forces that shaped our soul. Jung saw this long before smartphones and satellites. He saw it in the modern man who had turned away from the forest, the river, the mountain, and toward a sterile, mechanized view of the world. He wasn't just talking about nature as scenery. He meant nature as a teacher, a rhythm, a sacred relationship. I quoted Jung because we need to remember what we've forgotten. We have become so busy mastering the world that we've neglected to belong to it. We have studied nature but stopped learning from it. We conquer mountains but forget how to listen to wind. We name stars with telescopes but lose the wonder of lying under them. And in doing so, we've created a world of humans who feel alone on a spinning rock, even while surrounded by life. This alienation is not just emotional, it is spiritual. It affects how we think, how we heal, how we lead, how we dream. Jung understood that the soul suffers when it is removed from its native habitat, when it is cut off from what is primal, wild, and cyclical. He understood that without nature, we don't just lose beauty, we lose balance. We lose the archetypal rhythms that ground our psyche, the seasons, the sun, the silence, the soil. And when we lose these, we become unstable, anxious, fragmented. So yes, I quoted this because it's not just about nature, it's about nurture of the human spirit. In today's digital era, we live more in feeds than in forests. We scroll, we stream, we simulate, but fewer of us feel. We are connected to Wi-Fi, but disconnected from the wind. We know the forecast, but haven't stood in a storm. We follow nature photographers, but haven't watched the sunrise in silence. Mental health statistics are rising not only because of stress or screens, but because something ancient in us is starving. The part that knows how to sit under a tree and feel whole. The part that heals through dirt, not data. This quote is a call to remember what we've allowed to go quiet. It's not anti-technology, it's pro-balance. It's a wake-up call to realize that you are not separate from nature. You are nature. Your breath, your blood, your bones, they are earth in motion. You don't go into nature, you return to it. And until we restore that connection, we will continue to build taller towers that can't lift our souls. So what now? What do we do in a world so far removed from the soil that birthed it? Rewild your attention. Step outside and don't take your phone. Listen to the wind. Watch the movement of trees. Feel the rhythm of your breath against the sky. You don't need to do anything. Just be. Let nature recalibrate you. Practice stillness. The modern world glorifies movement, but forgets that roots don't move, yet they hold the forest. Stillness is how nature listens. Learn from that. Meditate. Sit quietly. Let yourself remember how to be human. Redesign your environment. Bring nature into your space. Plants, natural light, stones, water, sounds. Don't just decorate with it, interact with it. Let it remind you of something you can't put into words. Disconnect to reconnect. Digital Sabbaths aren't luxuries, they're necessities. If you never give your nervous system a break from the artificial, you'll forget the language of the natural. Reclaim your rhythms. Teach your children nature, not just devices. Don't raise them to memorize animals from books. Let them meet them, let them walk barefoot, let them climb, let them feel awe. That awe will be their anchor. Be a bridge between your modern life and ancient wisdom, between screens and sky, between algorithms and the sacred. Be someone who shows others that it's not only possible, but vital to live in both worlds. Carl Jung wasn't just lamenting a loss, he was issuing a prophecy. And today, we are the fulfillment of that prophecy, or the redemption of it. We can choose to remain alienated in our climate-controlled boxes, speaking only in emojis and algorithms, or we can step outside, into the wild, into the living world, and remember, we were never meant to master nature. We were meant to belong to it.